All right, Alfred Telefero, Mr. Telefero TV. All right, I want to set off this disclaimer before I get into this. Funk Flex is a radio personality for Hot 97, a legend in the hip hop world. Let's not even take anything away from the man. But let me go ahead and say this. I'm not the guy that's going to always comment on personalities, radio personalities' opinion. It's just not who I am. Like, I'm cool saying what I like to say. I'm not going to be, Charles Barkley said this, like a lot of these sports shows, sports debate shows do every day. I'm not going to do that. The only reason why I'm using Funk Flex in this example here is because Funk Flex and Drake actually have some sort of history that stems all the way back to Drake and the Blackberry, remember, on Hot 97, and then of course the Drake and Meek Mill situation, and Drake on Summer 16 tour saying that Hot 97, if y'all want me to do the Summer Jam, you gotta fire Funk Flex, and then I'll think about doing it. I ain't doing your show until you fire him, all right? So there's history with Funk Flex and Drake, and we know where it's at, right? Funk Flex about the bars. He's probably about the bars a little bit too much, in my opinion, and he believes people like Drake and Nicki Minaj don't bring the bars. They bring everything else. They bring the entertainment. They're pop stars, but when it all comes down to it, they don't bring bars with them. So when you hear him backing people like Remy, and even a Kendrick who's not even from New York, a lot of New York respects Kendrick because a lot of people respect Kendrick's pen game, all right? So this is what Funk Flex said on his IG, actually over the weekend, all right? All right, so Funk was listening to The Heart Part 4, like a lot of us have been. You know, it's a dope track by Kendrick Lamar. And Funk took to his social media to talk about the track. He said, hey, big guy, not sure if you're busy, but Kendrick put an interesting tune out. You busy? Updated. I just listened again. Just pretend like he's not talking to you. This might pass. Real talk. At Champagne Poppy. What is Funk's gassing up here? He's gassing up the situation between Drake and Kendrick, and he's more or less saying that Kendrick's talking about Drake more or less than Big Sean. All right, Big Sean was recently on Funk's show, so there's a relationship there. So even if he did feel as if though Kendrick was talking about Big Sean on his record, he's not going to do that. He got a relationship with Big Sean. He doesn't have a relationship with Drake, and not a positive relationship at least. So he took it above, he put it in his own shoes and then put it in his own hands to say, look, Drake, Kendrick gave you some bars. In some capacity he's talking about you, which I believe there might be some truth to that. Leave it alone. You don't want these bars. And even though I don't agree with Funk Flex always about the bars approach, I might even want to tend to agree with him on this one. Look, Drake, I don't know if there's any good that can come out of you getting into a beef with Kendrick lyrically, all right? And I'm talking about even taking shots at Kendrick on your next project or whenever we hear you on a verse. I don't know if it's worth it. I really don't know if that's your lane. Again, you just put out a playlist or album, whatever you want to call it. We probably won't hear from you anyways musically, but I don't even think that's a world you want to compete in because it's all about perception, and perception is that either Drake does write some of his bars or doesn't write any of his bars at all, and Kendrick writes all of his bars. That is what the masses generally perceive. And if you come too hard, people are going to say you didn't write your shit. And if you don't come hard enough, people are going to say Kendrick bodied you. Drake, you've proved your point with Meek, even though Meek came pretty weak in the beef with you. You've proved your point. You don't owe it to anybody to get involved in another rap beef, quote unquote, even though as fans, people will want to see it. You don't have anything to prove to people. Let Kendrick and Big Sean have this one. Let Kendrick prove himself in rap. Let Big Sean have his moment. Stay out of it. Drake, you have nothing to gain by throwing more sublims at Kendrick. I'm going to be honest with you, Drake. And I love me some Drake. Y'all know I rock with Drake the strong way. I don't think Kendrick is the one that you want to deal with. It looks like Kendrick's about to rap more. And if Kendrick about to get on some hip-hop shit, like just rapping, more or less with them bars, and be more just of a rapper and less of a project-driven guy, all right, rap's in trouble because Kendrick gets busy. I just wasn't a fan of To Pimp a Butterfly, but I understand that Kendrick gets busy with that pen when he wants to, all right? After Telefero, Miss Telefero TV, should Drake take Funk Flex advice and just leave Kendrick alone? Talk to me in the comment box below. All right. Again, should Drake take Funk Flex advice? Leave Kendrick Lamar alone. You know it wouldn't be a competition. Thank y'all for the time to support. Salute. If you're looking to book me for an interview video or by phone, if you're looking to have your music or your skill featured on my daily podcast, if you're looking to book me for a speaking engagement to help motivate some kids, if you're looking to have me rock some of your clothing to help promote your brand, make sure you hit me up at booking@mrteleferro.com. Again, that's booking@mrteleferro.com.